Ipswich rates up 5.45%, or an average $2.99 per week in a $779 million council budget. In this special episode, the highlights and the issue of land valuations. It's Tuesday, June 30, 2026, and I'm Allan Roebuck. Welcome to Ipswich Today. This podcast acknowledges traditional owners and their connection to lands and waters we share. Ipswich Today is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. Ipswich Council has held a special meeting today to adopt the city budget for the next 12 months. Mayor Teresa Harding opened the meeting, in which all councillors spoke about their divisions to highlight local projects. Here are the edited highlights from the Mayor's address to the Chamber.
Over the past 7 months, we have grappled with the financial demands of a city growing faster than anywhere else in Queensland, against the backdrop of an economy that has seen construction costs rise by up to 75% over the past 3 years. Ipswich continues to grow at a rate unmatched by any other council in Queensland, and this is forecast to continue for the next 20 years as our population expands to more than 500,000 people. As budgets get tighter, so does the financial support we receive from the Australian and Queensland governments. In this year's federal and state budgets, there was no new infrastructure investment from either level of government. And most importantly, we're investing our money, your money, where it matters most, with an extra $100 million committed to our 3-year capital works program, our largest ever, and 90% of this being spent outside the CBD, directly in our suburbs. Today we hand down a record $779 million budget, supported by a general rate rise of 5.45%. When we consider all rates and charges, including the Queensland Government's waste and emergency management levies, the average increase in total rates charges is $2.99 per week, around the cost of a can of Coke. We continue to keep our rate increase for commercial properties and residential rental properties in line with the general rate rise, to ensure that we are not adversely impacting our businesses or our renters. We also know that times are tough, so we continue to offer rebates for some of our most vulnerable residents, with a full pension concession of full pension concession of $258 per year and part pension concession of $129 per year. With these discounts, we believe Ipswich City Council continues to offer one of the lowest general rates and charges compared to our neighbouring South East Queensland councils, delivering value for money for our residents. In a first for our city, this budget will introduce an annual waste voucher for Ipswich households, offering more cost of living relief while giving residents greater flexibility in managing their excess waste. Yes, Ipswich, we have heard you loud and clear. From September, you'll be able to choose what works best for your household. A free waste voucher to dispose of up to 500 kilograms of waste at our resource recovery centres, or our existing blue bag collection service. The choice is yours. We are rising to the challenge of population growth by stepping up our investment into infrastructure to keep our city moving, with an additional investment of $100 million into our capital works program. This is the largest 3-year capital works program that we've ever committed to. It's our largest investment into infrastructure in our city's history. With a population that's set to double in the next 20 years, this budget will deliver an unprecedented boost to our city's infrastructure, with $672 million committed over the next 3 years for new and improved roads, parks, footpaths and community facilities. Importantly, 90% of this investment will be spent in our suburbs, as we build new communities and reinvigorate our established suburbs, including $108 million for stages 1 and 2 of the Ripley Road upgrade, more than $19 million to upgrade Fisher Road between Nevis Road and Monterey Road Ripley, $10.5 million to upgrade the Augusta Parkway and Sinnathamby Boulevard from Eden Station Drive to Main Street, Springfield Central, $5.9 million for major drainage improvements at Pride and Hume Streets in Woodend, $8.2 million to upgrade and install new curb and channel across Ipswich, including Brassel, Churchill, North Ipswich and Rosewood, and $8.8 million for preliminary works to progress the $60 million 3-stage upgrade of School Road, Redbank Plains. We're also focused on enhancing the quality of life for Ipswich residents, with a significant investment of $82.4 million across our sporting and community infrastructure, and another $13.7 million across our 6 libraries. This includes $17.5 million to progress the construction of the new Western Grandstand at the North Ipswich Reserve, $9.3 million to continue the upgrades of the Redbank Plains Recreation Reserve, and $8.1 million for the Tivoli Sporting Complex, all in partnership with the Queensland and the Australian governments. Limestone Park will see an investment of $1.2 million over the next 2 years for a new off-leash dog area and new amenities, while $2 million will be spent over 3 years on improvements at Colo Gardens. We're committing $4.5 million over the next 3 years to upgrade Paperbark Flats day use area, as well as delivering major environmental works at Bremer Vale Park wetlands, the Bremer River and Woogaroo Creek to boost our flood resilience and river health. There are more than 820,000 visits to our 6 libraries across Ipswich. Our dedicated library teams delivered more than 2,000 free programs to adults and children, attracting more than 80,000 attendees. Our libraries also hosted almost 60,000 free public internet computer sessions, providing invaluable access for our residents. Any added financial pressure on Ipswich households is not something we take lightly, and I thank all councillors for their commitment and courage in shaping the budget before us today. This is a budget that lays the groundwork for the future of our city, a future that is focused on affordability, financial sustainability, and more importantly, keeping our city moving forward. I now commend the Ipswich City Council 2026-27 Budget Annual Plan to the Chamber.
Deputy Mayor Nicole Jonick also called for fairer and more sustainable funding support from state and federal governments. Meanwhile, Councillor Paul Tully ended his comments with the issue of land valuations.
When the valuations came out some 3 months ago, in many cases people's valuations doubled. And the reason for that is that even though the legislation provides for annual valuations for local government, there is a proviso that can be extended. Now, that local government fought for many years to have annual valuations, and in general, many councils in Queensland don't get annual valuations. Now, when it goes to 3 years, you find situations where, because of the rapid development and the increase in the house and land prices, that there's a big jump in areas such as Springfield, Redbank Plains, White Rock, Ripley Valley, Walloon, those areas, a massive increase. Now, there is some cushioning of that because we average the rateable value over 3 years, and we have a 15% cap on any particular increase in a particular year. But I would certainly urge the government for rapidly growing areas such as Ipswich and other areas in Queensland that they do provide for those annual valuations. Curiously, we pay the full amount to the Valuer General, whether we get a valuation or not. So you're paying for something that you don't actually get. A lot of people think if their valuation has doubled, that the rates will double. Of course, that's not true because the rate in the dollar is then reset and then with an appropriate increase, which we've mentioned today. But it is an area which is becoming harder when there's a 3-year gap between valuations. It's not fair on the owners in those properties, and as I said, we can cushion the effect of that sometime, but I think really with a rapidly growing city and with being the fastest growing city in Queensland now that we've overtaken Logan City again, which I'm very pleased always to point out to Mayor Raven from Logan City, that this issue is going to get worse and not better, particularly with the rapid development not only in the Springfield but Ripley Valley in particular, which eventually be 1.5 times the size of Greater Springfield in terms of population. So having said that, I will be supporting the budget, and thank you for the opportunity of speaking to the Council and expressing my views.
You can watch the complete budget meeting on Council's YouTube channel, with more detailed information also available on Council's website. And that is it for this episode. A reminder, you will find handy links in the show notes. Ipswich Today is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. This podcast is also listener-supported. Please make a once-only gift or regular donation to help keep it online. Visit ipswichtoday.com.au and click Donate. Follow and stream where you get podcasts, including the iHeart app, or play Ipswich Today on smart speakers. This is Allan Roebuck. Thank you for listening. Enjoying Ipswich Today? Please share the love on your socials.